Are you feeling the seasonal blues? Listen, it could be worse. It could be 1936. Anyway, did you make your New Year's resolutions?
Oh, I sure did. It's certainly something we've been discussing a lot here on the show recently. Well, our friend Jim Duffy, author of Secrets of the Eastern Shore, has a resolution. Okay, he wants to stop complaining, be more accepting, and be more positive. And your strategy involves 1936.
And the weather.
And that's what we complain about the most.
That's what we complain about all the time. Exactly. That's what we complain about all the time. So this year, when we got, a picnic plan and the forecast doesn't cooperate, all that, I'm going to have a mantra.
Okay.
It could be worse. I could be living in 1936.
Oh, please explain.
It was the craziest weather year ever on Delmarva. Started right about now. Deep freeze set in January, lasted throughout January. Now, some of our viewers will remember the deep freeze of 1976-77 when there were goofballs driving VW bugs out on the Chesapeake Bay ice and all that. This was much worse than that, actually. Wow. One guy said it was probably the worst one in history. So they can't get shipping, they can't get food to Smith Island and Tangier Island. They're starting to arrange an airdrop and get a plane to drop food on there when a giant blizzard comes. Not just any blizzard, we're talking 5-foot snow drifts on Deal Island, 24 inches on the eastern shore of Virginia, of all places. Well, we might have to come back to that on some future Thursday because there was a tragedy and the rescue and getting food to those people is a really interesting story and all the details. But eventually, spring comes, the ice melts, the snow goes away, and the rain comes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the spring rains.
Spring rains. The Susquehanna River floods, 4 feet of water in all the houses in like Port Deposit, all over Cecil County. There's all kinds of problems. And then the rain stops. And they go through this ridiculous 40-day period where they get 1/4 of 1 inch of rain.
Feast or famine.
Strawberries, all dead. Potatoes don't work. The tomato farmers just gave up, pulled out all their dead plants, and planted an entire new crop.
Oh, no.
But that didn't work out for them because July brought this ridiculous run of 12 100-plus degree days.
Wow.
A lot of the heat records from 1936 in our town still stand. I think the one I remember is Delaware City, 105 on one of those days. In July, all those poor tomato farmers lost their second crop of tomatoes.
Okay, so the fall.
Not quite yet, because the heat wave ended with a giant hailstorm and thunderstorm, damaged all kinds of buildings in St. Michael's and in Easton. There was a car driving across the Choptank River, thwack it, the wind blew it across, almost blew it over. Anyway, now the fall.
The fall?
Hurricane,
Of
September.
Course. Of course.
Sure.
Big hurricane in September. Ocean City had it the worst. It was like 70-mile-an-hour winds. Ocean City got water from both the inland bays and the ocean. So it was 4 feet of water running through Ocean City. 50 people homeless, the boardwalk destroyed. And we might have to come back to that one too, because there were some folks who had cabins down on Assateague Island. They all got trapped. But between the Coast Guard and some ingenious things, they all got this rescue. It's just one thing after another. I probably forgot a couple of other crazy things that happened. And this was the year of the Dust Bowl. Remember the famous Dust Bowl in the Midwest. So it was the whole country had all of this crazy weather.
They had to think it was the end of times.
They had to think it was the end of times.
Wow.
And so next time it rains or snows or it's too cold, it's not the end of times. That was 1936.
So don't complain.
No complaint. Jim Duffy, Secrets of the Eastern Shore. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.